Now what we see here is the Visual Basic.NET IDE, all right? Chris, if it's all right with you, I wanted to start off right in the center of the screen with the start page.
Cool, let's do it.
All right, all right. So the start page is something new in Visual Basic.NET, all right? It's a web-based developer portal, which means it provides you with access to a lot of stuff, okay? From the Get Started page, where you can open up new projects or existing projects, we can jump to the online community. The online community is your direct link to MSDN, all right? So you can hook up with other geeks online, all right? We've got a link for downloads, so you can get access to the latest Microsoft downloads. Any in particular you wanted to call out there, boss?
Actually, no.
Where are they?
Yeah. No. Nothing in particular there.
What the boss wanted to say is that we've got a great new beta for you to do mobile development, and you should see that on the download tab very shortly.
Go ahead and show them. Go up to the What's New tab.
Mm-hmm.
And if you scroll down, you can see here we have a lot of new things for the VB developer, including a beta for the smart device extensions, which allows you to program for smart devices.
That's excellent. Very cool. Now, what else does the start page offer? We've got the concept of a profile, right? And the profile is your way of telling the IDE what you want, how you want it, okay? So this provides you with information on how you want your tool windows laid out, if you want a help filter, depending on how you want your keyboard buttons laid out. It gives you access to all this information, okay? So that's a quick intro to the start page. Let's go ahead and jump into a VB.NET application and talk about some more aspects of the IDE.
Wow, there's a number of things in the environment that are quite familiar here to VB6.
Indeed there are. Let's take a look at the toolbox first. As a VB developer, you're already familiar with the toolbox, but you know what? We've made it even better in Visual Basic.NET. First of all, we have more controls. We have more tabs. And as you'll see in a second, you can drag and drop anything onto the toolbox.
Anything?
Anything, Chris. That's right. All right. So, tell you what, you've probably heard a lot about how Visual Basic.NET is different from VB6. I want to show y'all how similar it is to VB6. So why don't we go ahead and build a complex application here in Visual Basic.NET. I'm going to slap a little button here onto my form.
That is a nice button.
Why, thank you. I'm going to double click on that button, bring up the code that's going to execute when that button is clicked, and I'm going to delete this right here because you know what? We don't need that.
We don't need that.
We don't at all.
That was what we call legacy code.
Old legacy code. We don't need that stuff anymore. Thank you, DJ. All right. I'm going to go ahead and type in the canonical message box, and look, folks.
I know that one.
Message box still works. Hello, VBTV. It don't get no better. All right. I'm going to go ahead and hit F5 now, run this application, and just to prove that this has not been staged, look, there it is, folks. Hello, VBTV. It doesn't get much better than that, does it?
We have changed the world again, haven't we?
Indeed we have.
That is very impressive.
Now, you might have heard about all this stuff called OOP, or Object-Oriented Programming, and how it enables code reuse. Well, I got news for you. You don't even have to worry about it. The only kind of code reuse we need here is toolbox inheritance, my friends. I'm just going to drag and drop a snippet of text over here onto my toolbox under my snippets. That is a customized tab that I created. I can go ahead and rename this to anything that I want. All right?
That is cool.
Very nice, very nice. What else do we have in the IDE for you? Well, we've got a Solution Explorer. This is very similar to the Project Explorer that you had in VB6, but it's better. Probably didn't think that was coming, right? The Solution Explorer in Visual Basic.NET not only gives you access to the files that comprise your application, it also gives you access to the references that your application makes, all right? In addition, if you're working with large projects, you can do multiple projects within a single solution. Those projects don't even have to be created in the same language. Pretty cool stuff, huh? What else have we got? Well, we've got the Properties window. I'm going to go ahead and click back on our form over here. New property that we've got for you here is called Control Anchoring and Docking. VB developers, how many times have you been out there trying to write complex resize code to get the controls on your form to resize as you change the size of the form? Probably a couple of you, right? All right, well, I got news for you. You don't have to do it anymore. I'm simply going to click on that button. I'm going to go over here to Anchor. I'm going to anchor it to all sides of the form. Guess what? When I resize that form...
That is nice.
Yes, very nice. Save you a lot of time and hassle. What else have we got for you? Well, we've got Dynamic Help. There are a lot of great new things in the IDE. How do you learn about them all? Well, with Dynamic Help, help is just a click away, all right? You'll notice that as I click around inside of the IDE, this little tool window over here called Dynamic Help is automatically going to update. So when I click on Solution Explorer, The help topics will update appropriately.
That is great, because a lot of times when I'm playing around with new IDEs, I'm really not even sure what to look up in help. But now it's actually watching what I'm doing for me.
We bring the help to you, folks. It's a thing of great beauty. A couple more things I want to point out. The Server Explorer. Whoa, how did that happen? Let me go ahead and do that again.
Do that again.
Notice as the Server Explorer auto-unhid itself, okay?
Do that again.
One more time.
One more time.
Guy's like a little kid. Hey!
Nice.
Very nice, very nice. Server Explorer in a nutshell is your server-side development console. You can get access to things like event logs, message queues, performance counters, NT services, also known as Windows services, as well as databases. But not only can you access them, you can actually drag and drop them into your application, as I'm about to do here. You want to code against an event log? You got it. There's your event log. It's in your application. You're ready to program against it. What else have we got?
So sorry to interrupt you, but that created an object for me that I can program against to access and write to the event log?
Indeed it did, boss. In fact, if I go over to the properties window here, we can see that we can set a lot of the properties for that event log at design time. We've also got a task list. Now, I know as VB developers, you never put any bugs into your code, right? Well, just in case you do.
I don't.
Yeah, you don't even know VB.net. All right, so if you get any bugs in your code, you can use a task list to keep track of them all. All right? You can use that task list to do that. You can also keep track of your own code annotations, little notes that you leave to yourself in the code. This is what the task window is for. Last but not least, we finally have macros inside of VB.net. All I got to do is click Alt F11, and just as you would in Word, Excel, Access, Outlook, or any of those other VBA-enabled applications, you can now create customized code that extends or automates the Visual Basic.NET IDE. Best part of all, you're going to do it using the Visual Basic.NET language.